I'm sure if you've looked at the price of food today, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't even.
I really can't even.
I can't even.
It's not possible to feed my family on a budget anymore here in 2024. I agree with you, the prices are redonk. But I am here to bring you a wide variety of recipes and meals you can feed your family for about $5 per meal, feeding a family of about 6. I think you are going to love these recipes. They are delicious. So if you are excited about a good old-fashioned cooking video, hook me up with a thumbs up. Maybe share this video with someone who might find it useful. And have you subscribed yet? That price hasn't gone up at all. It's free. Let's get cooking. You know when you have those nights, oh no, why are you in the shot?
I didn't know you were going.
You know how on those really busy nights you have your go-to, like you run out and grab a pizza. For my busy nights when I don't know what the heck to make for dinner, it's pasta. And usually it's pasta with sausage because it is delicioso. I always have it on hand, always have it in my pantry, and I always have sausage of some kind in the freezer. In this case, it was Jimmy Dean sausage. I got it on clearance. I think it was $1.99 a pound. It was amazing. I buy the jars of pasta sauce when they're mega on clearance. Stock up at that time, like on sale or clearance stickers, manager's clearance stickers. I am so sorry the dog is drinking like she's never seen water. What is happening right now? Oh my gosh. That must be great water. It's good mountain water. And then I always buy pasta when it is on sale, like $1 a box or around there. So it makes a dinner that is well under $5 and can feed 6 people easily. Normally a box of pasta is supposed to feed 8 people. There's 8 servings in a box of pasta. And I happen to have some Brussels sprouts in my fridge. I wanted to use those up as well. This is the best way to make any vegetable is you need to cut it up, put it in a pan, and you're gonna make a slurry of like butter and chicken stock and salt and pepper. And you're gonna kind of simmer it a little bit in that until the veggies have like soaked up all of the liquid, and a little bit of bacon never hurt anybody either. These were the best Brussels sprouts I have ever made in my life. Mwah. Pasta with a side of green veg, can't go wrong. Have you ever wanted to make a delicious homemade treat for your kids? And cookies, I mean, am I right? It's the first thing that comes to your head. At least it's the first thing that comes to my head.
Me not fussy. All right. Just give me box of cookies.
But who has the time? Not up in here. Instead, we are going to take cookies and make cookie bars. They taste the same, they're still delicious. The cook time, so much more hands off. Here in my mixer, I have a Bosch, but you could use a KitchenAid or a hand mixer or whatever. I will start with the essential for making cookies: creaming, the butter, and the sugar. And I did have a piece of bread in my brown sugar to soften it up. Let's see. Maybe not long enough. Okay, white sugar, 3/4 cup. Let's chop this a little. This reminds me of a movie. Oh, this isn't that bad. This is okay. Okay, I think the piece of bread and the brown sugar like totally worked. I have 1 entire cup of butter. That's 2 sticks. And while I'm kind of doing this, I have to ask you a question. My friend her daughter was accepted into a university that's hard to get into, a private university. She got accepted. They're looking at the dorms. New students have to live in the dorms, and when you're in the dorm, you don't have a kitchen. So they're looking at the meal plan. And the meal plan for like go into the cafeteria, you know, unlimited meal plan, $2,600 a semester. That's over $5,000 for 2 semesters. I did the math, just because I was curious. Okay, go ahead and turn this on. Cream until light and fluffy. After it's creamed, we will add 1 egg and 1 teaspoon-ish of vanilla. Let your heart be your guide on that one. Broken down per month, we're looking at $650. I spend less than that to feed my family of 6. That being said, I realize I have some unique skills and great stores around me. So not everyone can do that. Okay, fair. Does it cost $650 to feed 1 college freshman? That breaks down to $7.22 per meal, assuming 30 days in a month and 3 meals per day. So I'm posing the question to you. If you have kids going to college, or you are a kid going to college, you have to have the meal plan. What is it costing you? In fact, just if you're in college in general, what is it costing you to feed yourself per meal per month? Is it $650 a month? Because I find that to be highly offensive. Mix this until combined. Next up is flour. I think they have 2 and 1/4 cups of flour are going to go in here right now. So I have 1 teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of salt. Then we'll mix all the dry ingredients. Then we're gonna add the good stuff, which is the chocolate chips and nuts if you like it like that. If you don't, we can't be friends. Just kidding.
Or am I?
But I'm gonna show you my secret for putting nuts in cookies for people that don't really like nuts in cookies without them knowing there's nuts in cookies. I'm not talking about allergies, just like people who think they don't like nuts in cookies. So they just haven't tried it like this. Mix the dry ingredients in. Next come the chocolate chips. We're gonna do 1 bag of chocolate chips. And some might say, I have a problem with hoarding chocolate chips. I don't have a problem, you have a problem. Because I stock up when they are very cheap in December for the entire year. So bags like this are down to like $1.25 a bag, unheard of, I know. And then the good brands like Nestlé Toulaus.
You Americans always butcher the French language.
Those are gonna be like $1.99 a bag. This will be one of the most expensive ingredients you make for your cookies, unless you use real butter. In that case, that will probably tie. Boom, 1 whole bag of chocolate chips. Oops. Oops. If you don't like nuts in your cookies, it's because number 1, you're using the wrong nut, and number 2, they're too big. So I have some pecans here because my daughter bought these to make my birthday cake several months ago, and these are just sitting in the pantry. Nuts do go bad, they need to be used. So I'm gonna do in my blender bottle cup, you know, about a cup. And we don't wanna make pecan butter, okay? We wanna make like dust, pecan dust. So I'm gonna pop it on here and plug it in. So what you end up with are these tiny little pieces. Again, this is not for people who are allergic, it's for people who don't think they like nuts in their cookies. My 12-year-old, who's like, ooh, nuts, I don't want it. But if I do this, he doesn't even know. So it's not the flavor of the nut, it's probably the texture and the size. And plug that back in and mix that together. Here comes the best part. No, not eating cookie dough, although that is delicious. Okay, get your baking dish. You can use a glass 9x13, but mine has Rice Krispie treats in it right now. I was testing a recipe, okay. But I have this like old sketch metal one, so we'll use this. You do not need to grease it because of the butter that is in the cookie. Wow, okay, I'm gonna use this knife to get all this out of there. But you're gonna dump the entire thing into this baking pan and toss the whole thing in the oven. And then you're done. Like, it's that easy. And then by the time the kids are home from school, they're gonna be like, Mom, I love you, I missed you today. Do your kids do that? They're gonna give you a hug and they're gonna say, what's that amazing smell? And you're gonna say, it's cookie bars. And they will jump for joy and then go make your bed for you or detail your car. Wouldn't that be amazing? That would be quite the trick. Okay, the whole thing goes into the pan. Okay, my oven is preheated at 375 and these will go in for about 20 to 25 minutes. And then you do have to let them cool all the way. And that, my friends, is all she wrote. Sometimes simple dinners are indeed the best. Tonight's dinner stemmed from this Ranch Night buttermilk chicken seasoning mix I picked up for 39 cents. And because I do like to stock up on chicken, when it is on sale, I have this large package of chicken tenderloins. I'm only gonna use half the package for the dinner, and I thought what would go great with ranch chicken mashed potatoes. So we're doing a chicken and mashed potato dinner. We'll see if we can scrounge up any other vegetables, but this is simple and delicious. As long as your food is seasoned well, it's going to taste good. I don't ever want you guys to feel like you can't use shortcuts like a seasoning packet, like a bottle of marinade or sauce. And if that's what you need to make dinners come together really, really quickly, give it some flavor when you just need to move through dinner prep quickly, feel free to give it a go. Like, don't feel bad if you're not making your own spice blend or anything like that. There's always time for that later in your life. Here's the secret to mashed potatoes. I have an entire stick of butter, and I'm also going to do an entire can of evaporated milk. This is gonna feed 6 people, by the way. Don't forget the salt and pepper. I will never cease to be amazed at how the most simple ingredients can make the most delicious meal. This was so good. Everyone loved it. And yeah, I did make a salad on the side. What do you say we make breakfast on a budget? I'm talking pancakes. Now, you don't have to do this brand. If you make them from scratch, they will be the most delicious and they will be probably the cheapest. This is Bob's Red Mill. I don't know what the normal price of this is, but I got it at the discount store for 79 cents. Let's say you don't have a discount store, no sweat. Walmart sells their Great Value brand for about $2, okay? So $2, you can make the whole package. It's gonna make a ton of pancakes. But Christine, pancakes, that's it for breakfast? Oh no, my friend. We're also gonna add a side of bacon. These were on sale for $2.99. So I have $3 here. If you're doing Walmart, this will be $2 here. This is an add water only. Booyah. We're talking $5 for a bacon and pancake home style breakfast. Whisk vigorously.
Vigorously.
Hey, I'm gonna take a quick second to interrupt the video to give you a finger update. I'm sure you've seen this bandage or maybe it unbandaged throughout this video. In case you didn't know, quick update, I almost cut the end of my finger off about 2 months ago. It has sealed, it took a long time. At the moment, I have pretty severe nerve damage and painful scar tissue compressing deep nerves. I have seen all the doctors. I have seen a hand surgeon. I am currently going to PT who specializes in hands. This bandage you see me wearing is a special silicone compression wrap that I'm supposed to wear quite a bit. I'm sure I have portrayed on video handling this current trial with grace and sophistication, but my friends, it has not been the case. Behind the scenes, I have been extremely frustrated. There have been a lot of tears shed. I've felt incredibly limited and it's been very painful. There's a lot of sadness that comes with an accident that affects your daily life for such a long time. And when you experience things like that, like if you've experienced things like that, those feelings are real, they are valid. And I really believe that being able to talk to someone about them can be incredibly helpful, as it has been for me. I personally am so thankful to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. I'm a huge fan of therapy, especially when you're going through something that's really challenging and you just need someone to listen. BetterHelp connects you to a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and help give you unbiased advice. For something like an injury, this is incredibly helpful. You just go to their site. You can use my link below. It's betterhelp.com/frugalfit. Answer a few questions. It's super easy. And then they're gonna connect you with someone who can help you. My favorite part is you can do it all from the computer, all from your house. So I didn't have to go anywhere. Driving is actually a little painful for me. And to be honest, instead of like harassing my husband and kids about the pain I was in all the time, it was nice to have a third party who has to listen to me complain no matter what. You're usually matched with a therapist within 48 hours, so you can get started really quickly. Let BetterHelp help you connect to a therapist who can support you all from the comfort of your own home. So just go to betterhelp.com/frugalfit. It is the first link down below. So huge thanks to BetterHelp for helping me get through this physical trial of mine. It's amazing that something so small can cause so much aggravation. And for those of you that have shared your personal fingertip injury stories, in my comments the last few weeks, I have read them so many times I have lost count. It's nice to hear a little bit of hope from people who have gone through similar traumatic experiences. And also, it sounds like no one should ever use a mandolin, like ever. In their life. Make sure the blender is unplugged and don't use a mandolin. That is what I've learned from this experience from you guys. Anyway, check out BetterHelp below. Now let's get back to more cooking. Today is a snow day, which means all of my boys are home from school. We don't have those very often, but because it's so cold outside, even though it looks like spring or whatever, chili is always a budget-friendly go-to. You can add whatever you like. You can take out whatever you don't like. It feeds a crowd for not very much money. I'm gonna kick it off with some ground beef. So I have had this in my freezer for a while, but I still do see ground beef on sale for $2.99 a pound pretty frequently. And I'm just gonna brown it up in this pan back here. And while I do that, my son is over there chopping the veggies, which we will add next. Don't forget to break up the meat with your handy dandy meat masher from Dollar Tree for only $1.25. It's my favorite kitchen tool. Okay, the ground beef is about there. It's still a hair pink, but that's not gonna be a big deal because I'm still cooking it. I like to add this garlic, especially as I heal from a finger chop. You know, a nice, generous dollop of roasted garlic. Had my son cut all the veggies, so let's add those now. I have one whole onion, I think 4 stalks of celery and 2 green bell peppers going in. All the veggies, depending on where you buy them, and the price is about $1, $1.50 for all of them. And I'm gonna get these going in here until the onions are translucent and the rest of the veggies are soft. Then we will add the remainder of our ingredients. I just have this chili powder. I buy it in bulk. I like it. It's good stuff. For this amount, like 1 pound of beef, I like to do 3 heaping tablespoons because I like the flavor. Which reminds me, did you guys ever watch that old TV show Flava Flav? So 3 heaping tablespoons is very close to a 1/4 cup of chili powder. Let's go ahead and throw all that in. Nice, generous drizzle of Worcestershire sauce. Do not look at that expiration date. Yikes. Don't worry, it's fine.
But did you die?
I also like to do some hot sauce. This is the only one I happen to have at the moment. Whatever kind is fine. It literally does not matter. So a little bit of, whoops. All right, a little bit of spice. I'm gonna kick it off with 1 can of tomatoes. I have a 28 ounce, I believe. I did pick this up at Dollar Tree. This organic brand was only $1.25. So let's toss that in, and then I think I'm gonna add a little bit of water just to get the rest of that out. I probably have like a whole cup of water in there. I do like to add a little bit of salt. About a teaspoon. You can always add more later. Now is kind of like use your intuition, your cooking heart and soul. So this looks a little dry to me. So I'm thinking I might need more tomatoes. So let me go get 1 more can of tomatoes. And while my son's running to get more tomatoes, I'm gonna add 2 cans of black beans. I prefer to cook with dried beans, and I prefer kidney beans or pinto beans in a chili, but this is what I have. And I'm just trying to utilize what is in my pantry. Who doesn't love a black bean? You know what I'm saying? I did drain it, but I did not rinse these. I love to bulk up chili with beans because they are so affordable and they kind of take on the flavor of whatever it is that you are cooking. Best if used by 2024. This one's even in date. Woohoo! So lid on, time to simmer for, I like 30 minutes. Let's go 30 minutes. One of my favorite quick and simple dinners is chicken with a jarred curry sauce with rice. It is so easy. It's 3 ingredients. I have about $2, $2.50 worth of chicken here. Added some salt and pepper. It's cooking in a little bit of bacon fat that I do save and keep in the fridge. You don't have to use this brand of the coconut curry. It's my family's favorite flavor. You can get any brand you want. So as soon as the chicken's done, I'm gonna pour this all over the top and serve it alongside some rice that I am cooking up in my Instant Pot right now. Bam, you have dinner in like 20 minutes. No muss, no fuss, and if you even want, you could serve some vegetables on the side, although not necessary. In the morning for breakfast, who doesn't like a nice muffin? But we don't want to do like carbs on carbs on carbs on carbs. At least some people don't, so I love to make muffins like the night before, and then the morning of, serve it alongside scrambled eggs. Scrambled is my favorite way. You don't have to do scrambled, but I adore scrambled eggs. I picked up this Betty Crocker cinnamon streusel muffin mix for 79 cents. But even if you did have to pay full price at a place like Walmart, they do have muffin mixes for just a couple of dollars if you don't carry the items to make them from scratch. So let's mix this up. I want to talk about college. Like I kind of talked earlier about the price of this meal plan for my friend's daughter at this one school. Oh my gosh. And I want to talk about my oldest son. He's a junior in high school right now, and we're testing the waters with the concurrent enrollment. So you do college classes while you're in high school and then they count for both, right? So the idea is that he graduates early. He'll do the majority of his senior year in online college courses, so he doesn't actually go to the high school that much, and then finishes a little early. We were going over everything today, what's required, what he needs his senior year, what can he take, and there's a couple things to note. If your area offers this, I can highly recommend. First of all, it eases their high school load quite a bit and frees up their time, especially if they work well in an online setting. Number 2, it is so cheap. It is so cheap. I think the courses are $150 $150. The point is, it's not that much. We calculated out his credits. He will have finished 15 credits by the time he finishes his junior year, and then hoping to get another 15 to 30 credits his senior year. So he will graduate high school with over an entire year of college credits that you don't have to pay for housing, that you don't have to pay for food, that you don't have to pay for moving out. And then whatever tuition is, like, I think the tuition ends up being a total of $1,000 the way we worked all the different things for over 30 credits. So $1,000 in tuition for an entire year where he got to live at home. So if you want to talk cheap college options, it's a really interesting option if you have a kid that would do well with that. I'm not saying all kids would do well with that. My daughter didn't do that, but it's a really inexpensive way to get some college credits and kind of get them ahead a little bit, especially for kids that already kind of know what they want to do for a career, which is this kid already kind of knows what he wants to do. So it feels a little easier than sending a kid to college and being like, I don't know what the heck you want to do, but play around at college for a few years. I'm just saying that because that's what I did. I went to college because it was expected and you had to go to like get a good job when I went to college, but I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do or what I wanted to study, and I changed majors like 3 times. That I don't really recommend. Anyway, it's an interesting learning experience for me trying to figure out the college landscape, what your kids want to do, and the most budget-friendly way to accomplish it as well. So do you have concurrent enrollment in your area? Have you taken advantage of it? It's kind of working for us. I kind of like it. Not gonna lie. I am digging it. If you have any Frugal family recipes that are go-tos at your house, leave those down in the comments so anybody else watching the video can also get some awesome ideas. And I just wanted to thank you for hanging out with me today. I'll see you in the next video.